Alright guys, it's gonna be my LTA movie club review for What Dreams May Come. I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because I know my parents are sleeping over, so anyway, just got through watching this movie and this was a very this is a pretty weird film. What is that, like, odd, peculiar stuff like that. And I found myself borrowing a lot from other films to really describe scenes in this movie. Like, it's kind of like The Fountain because half the time I didn't know what exactly was going on in this movie. Like, okay, Robin Williams or Chris in the movie. Robin Williams' son and daughter are now represented in an Asian airline stewardess, and his son is represented in Cuba Gooding Jr., who was the first doctor he interned under. I mean, I don't know. It just Uh, I'm sure if I watch it, this is probably one of those movies where if I watch it again, it will make more sense. But the first time through it, I had no idea what the hell was going on. Uh, Borrowing from another LTA movie, it, it, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Risk Cutter's A Love Story, because this brought up the fact that when you die, if you commit suicide, you're pretty much going to hell. In this movie, it was basically hell, where you have no identity, you don't really remember anything about yourself. Whereas in Rust Cutters, it was just a slightly worse version of Earth. And to me, this movie kind of reminded me of Inception too. And it's kind of similar to The Fountain, where you don't really understand what's going on the entire time, but especially that ending speech, where it's combining both, Chris's efforts of trying to get Bella, out of institutionalization, and also trying to get her out of hell at the same time. And that really did remind me of, when uh, Leo DiCaprio in Inception was trying to talk to Maul about, that this is reality, this isn't fake, or, this isn't real, we should wake up, think of our children, stuff like that. And so, I don't know, all in all, it was just really confusing. Visually, this movie was outstanding. One of the best movies I've ever seen from a visual standpoint, which really amazed me because this movie was made in 1998, and it still holds up today amazingly. This is one of those movies where if you can watch it in HD, do it because it adds so much more to this movie. As for the rest of the story, it's pretty, mundane or average outside of that. Like, you get the big, mushy, happy ending where, everybody's back together. We're all one big happy family again. We've had our problems, but we made it through, blah, blah, blah. I'm fine with that. It's, make people leave the movie theater happy. Um, Sort of the actors, Robin Williams, he did an alright job. At times, I don't know. At times, his crying seemed a little fake to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And then Cuba Gooding Jr., I forgot this is actually back when he was still relevant. You know, the only movie I can think of that Cuba Gooding Jr.'s made in the last 10 years was Radio. So I have no idea what the hell happened to him. I mean, I think this would have been a year after he won, or 2 years after he won the Oscar for Jerry Maguire. So he was still at that point where people knew where he was or who he was. But at this point, you know, man, oh, that's right. He made the bunch of crappy movies after Jerry Maguire. Now he's basically a punchline. It's sad because he is a good actor. He was decent in this movie. Nothing special. No, none of the acting was that spectacular. But it worked for this movie. It was all right. All in all, I give this about a 6 out of 10. Again, it's not exactly cohesive at all points. You're gonna get confused. Let me just say that. You're gonna get confused watching this movie, no doubt. But at times you're gonna be lost anyway from how great the visuals are. So, if you want to see some stunning visuals, definitely check it out. Otherwise, if you can see it, do. If you don't want to, don't.